Can you see me? I have light in my face. Can you see me? What's that? 174 people in the right we start. Willis is probably negotiating with the mayor of Tubetown. I know, right? Well, look, I'm trying. They locked me out. They won't let me in. Oh, the secret knock. George, hey, look. Look at you guys. Look, I'm going to spin you around. Check this out. Pow! There's George and Deanna.
There's a secret knock to get into town hall.
Okay, let me try. Let me spin you. All right, here's the secret knock. Not working. Maybe I gotta preach. Maybe I gotta preach. What is up? All right, so everybody's excited for the town hall meeting. Everybody, because all that's here for the town hall meeting is George, Deanna, and myself.
It's not today.
It isn't that bad.
Finally.
It isn't that bad. Notification. All right, so I got my computer so I can try to. Sounds. It's go time. Sounds great. The sound is good. I got 2 microphones. I got this microphone here. I'm gonna sit on the table, and I got another microphone on here. So, what is up, everybody? Saying hi to chat. I'm gonna go stand over here in the shade. It's definitely not that muggy, is it?
No, it's nice
It
out
is not.
today.
Okay, we're gonna go over here and we'll
It's been nice and breezy.
get the ladies behind us, and the tripod's about a little shorter than me. So, does it sound good? Everybody says it sounds good. All right. How many people are going to show up tonight? Well, we got more people around the planet interested. We got 424 people here. Man, I can't believe you guys.
I don't think Belinda's here.
Nope, Belinda's not here. Nope, it's not. So yeah, so what I did is I got my own live on the computer so I can see. So I want to make sure. What is up, everybody in there? Everybody out there in the chat in the live world. But yeah, we are here. Look, yep, again, there's George and Gianna. We are the only ones here. There's another car over there, and I think that might be the city attorney. Yeah, that's right. I think that's Megan's her name. Awesome attorney for the city of Walter Creek. Everybody saying hello, ladies. Sound a bit muffled. Not too bad. You know what? Let me put this up here. I can experiment with it as we go on, so everybody just know that. And I got the microphone set up inside. So once we get inside, when Belinda gets here, I'll go ahead and get that turned on, and we'll mess with that a little bit more. I got it set up today, but couldn't really test it until people were in there. So everybody say hello. Hello, everybody. 660. Look at that. We're going to look. Of course, you put this name in the title, you'll get the view. Everybody wants to see. OTTER Creek Saga. But yeah, much better sound. I can even turn the sound up too on these things. So I got 2 microphones going right now. What's the where's the mic? The mic's right here. I got it right here. I got another mic there that we're gonna set on the table. That way you guys can try and hear better. And I can actually turn it up as well. But you guys will have to let me know during the chat. All right, so I know there's a bunch of people on there that aren't subscribed to my channel. You guys should probably go subscribe to it. You can laugh and smile. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to do that? Well, that priest, look, you're getting blown over. Ah! Yeah, you guys totally just got blown over. That truck's rolling by. The saga is real, Tim says. Good deal. So the sound is good. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get on here, see if I can see the chat. Oh, I'm in top chat. I gotta get in live chat. Live chat. What's happening here? Anyway. What is up, Angelo? Not much.
Do you think we should have gotten here at 4:45?
Baby, listen. No.
4:45,
No.
baby?
No. Baby.
The meeting doesn't start till 7 p.m., baby.
So it is what? 6. I can't see the time. 6:19. So we got 40 minutes. You think they're gonna be here?
Who's they?
Babies.
The babies?
The babies.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna see. We're gonna find out. And everybody out there who's watching around the planet. 880 people. That's so funny. I'd never had this many people in a chat, but everybody is so interested in OTTER Creek.
We like to get here early.
Bizarre. Yeah, I'm here now. I wanted to get here. Actually, I was actually, Brett and Teresa gave me some suggestions as to because they film the town meetings, and that's actually why I'm doing it for them. But to kind of get here early and kind of, yeah, I'm the paparazzi. I'm Madam Mayor's paparazzi, but proxy. There you go. I'm proxy paparazzi. uh, but yeah, so I'm here. We're here early. Well, I'm here early, and they're here early, and we're all gonna have a good time. Good day, mate. DJ Radis. I've got the chat up here, but look, it's yeah, it's for. Well, he said, oh man, I'm gonna have to get my sweat towel. We're gonna get to 1,000 people in this chat. I got a feeling.
What's the most you've ever had?
Well, right now 1,015. Right there we go.
That's your record?
Oh well, no.
What's your record?
The last meeting, I think we had like, I think before everybody figured out the sound wasn't coming, I had like 5,000, and then it stayed about 3,000. So if we get 3,000 then and above, then I'll say we'll beat it. But yeah, 5,000, but nobody can hear me. You guys can hear me now, right? And so we're good. Hey, baby, can you hear me?
Can you hear us, baby?
Because it's Otter Creek Tube Town meeting, baby. Oh, that's right. Hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed, go and subscribe. See if we get some new subscribers here, and we'll know. If you don't like me, well then I'm sorry. I like you. You're all right. Yes, we can hear. Elizabeth says, "I'm being heard." Sweet. The chats are flying, so I can't really read and keep up. Everybody, I'm trying. But yeah, we got it. So, and that's another reason to start the chat early. That way, everybody can get on and be active and see what's happening. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna walk over here and get a drink. Can you slow the chat? I can, but I forgot to do that. So, Jama, baby. All right. That's funny. All right, that you guys can hear. Sweet. That was a big problem last time, wasn't it? It was the hearing situation. But now we'll be able to hear. Once people get here, we'll be able to go there and hear some more. There's an ad that's up right here. I can't get rid of this thing. And I can't see the, oh, there it goes. All right. Good evening, everybody. Again, if I didn't say hello, I apologize. It's because I've been trying to get this going and make sure you guys can all watch this live and you get your full fix on the drama of Otter Creek. So again, hopefully this will be actually an awesome meeting. It looks like the town's turning in the right direction. Hopefully it will be something good and productive. And as you see in the last one, once all the kind of yuck is gone, it seems to be pretty productive. How many people saw that dog try to get at me today? Were you all on my Tube Town live? The dog that was here at Otter Creek. Everybody says it's the one councilman's dog. So, all right. You know what I'll do is I'll do this. I can read the chat behind you. I was trying to read it, but I couldn't. Just under 40 minutes. Yep. Well, as soon as Miss Belinda gets here, we'll go inside and we'll make sure everything's set up. I got to get this because I got the sound system set up for this weekend inside. The one that Lim Walker's donated. It's a pretty easy system. So we got in there. I got the volume set earlier today with Miss Belinda. I'll just have to basically make sure that once the people get in there, I'll have to adjust it probably during the show. So therefore, I will be doing that at times. But once Miss Belinda gets here, we'll go inside and we'll get it all turned on and kind of go from there. Speak slow and loud. You should tell that to everybody else. I'm like wide open. Blah, blah. 1,312 people. That's right. Look at that. Scroll. Hey, what's up? Some new subscribers. Can I get a few? Can I get a few new subscribers out of this or what? If you know that I'm not the drama guy. I don't do the drama. I just like having fun, smiling, laughing. Yeah, it's quiet. And another thing I wanted to test out this mic. Actually, I thought Miss Belinda was going to be here because when I talked to her earlier, she said she was going to be here about 6. So she might be taking care of a few other things. But that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to get here early as well to get that going. And that way everybody can hear at the meeting. They can actually hear as well. You know what I mean? I want them to be able to hear. Baby. Yep. And we're on this baby kick now, evidently, so it's funny. baby. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. DJ Radish, you're a real DJ, right? Like I used to DJ back in the day, though. I DJ'd vinyl, though. And you had to carry all your records to the club. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got this mic and I got another one here. Oh, what the hell is in the chat? Jeremy is live. Look at that, Jeremy. Look at that. I got 1,400 people in there waiting for the awesome meeting's about to happen. Because you know what? Good things are going to happen. I know one thing that I will be speaking to the town council as far as something I'll be offering to them. Again, good things are happening around here. That's what I like to hopefully bring to the table. Good energy, good vibes, and good things. So, yeah, Jeremy's gonna be watching the. See, it's funny because Jeremy's over there in the truck right now watching my live, talking to me. Isn't that weird? Like that's pretty interesting, huh? Check, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Could you hear me, baby? So look at that. 11 minutes, 1,471 people. Once again, if you ain't subscribed, I'm not the mayor right now. I'm what you're doing, Willis. So I had to wear the proper attire. But all in all, give you guys a quick idea. For those of you who don't even know me or you're just into the Otter Creek saga. I am now a full-time YouTuber thanks to Jeremy and his just awesomeness as a friend. But prior to that, I used to be a motorsports entertainment is what I did. I traveled around the world, put on motorcycle shows. I performed in motorcycle stunt shows. You see the guys jumping to dirt bikes and Supermans and backflips and all that crazy stuff. Well, that's basically what I did for 20 plus years, and I still do it now. But I kind of started focusing on YouTube about 3 years ago, and it's now official that I am a full-time YouTuber. I thanks for the super chat. I've been just grinding at it and building the viewer base. So anybody who's new kind of on this, if you watch my channel, it's just about what I'm doing. And then now TubeTown is the world's most coolest town in a tiny town, which is another channel that I have. And it's, yeah. So no, I didn't forget to check the microphone. The microphone's good. Let me turn your volume up. The microphones aside are hooked up too. How high? It's not that bad today, actually. Oh, I should look over here. Let's go slower. All right. Yeah, I didn't slow the chat down. Maybe Joyce Hudson. Nope, nobody's here yet. Just those babies. Baby. Yeah. Sound is good. All right. Good deal. No worries, Eddie. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I tell you what, man, TubeTown, we got a lot of visitors over the weekend. I was pretty excited to see the amount of visitors. I was just excited because they say if you build it, they will come, right? Well, they're coming. They're coming. Back to I saw dirt bike. Travis, yes, I have a YZ 250. They're a loud truck. Well, needs a muffler. But yeah. I missed what DJ Radish said. I forgot. Man, it's going so fast. I can't tell if he was a real DJ, like really DJ. I wasn't sure. Right on from Manchester, UK. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, so evidently that's what I hear, man. Everybody stay safe out there with all the storms because it's definitely getting pretty gnarly out there from what I understand. If you hear me moving around, I got the one microphone on the camera, so you'll hear that a little bit. And so that's right. What's up, baby? In the sky. We got 1,600 people. But yeah, that's what I was saying, man. Go subscribe. Go watch all my channels, but pretty much about my life, whatever I'm doing. I help manage we have the world's largest amateur motocross race. I help manage that facility as well as ride dirt bikes and just goof off. And now I'm building TubeTown. I just ramble a lot, as you can tell. You're like, man, does this guy ever shut up? So, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my brain. It's a project. The new project. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to entertain you. I mean, I just try to have fun, man. Again, but what's funny is, well, you guys are just going to have to wait and see because of some of the interesting things that happened today were kind of funny. Look, there's head of security, Deanna. Oh, hold on. We got to drop her down a little bit. Get down there. Okay.
Now I'm still on my toes.
Now I'll squat down.
I'm still on my toes. That's
Squat.
actually,
Yep.
that's my height.
That is your height. Well, I could
I'm
probably
kind of short.
I could probably be on my knees and stand up straight and do it.
I'm not that short.
Security has arrived. That's right.
Yes, I
Hey, I
have.
appreciate all the super chats that are coming in.
wanted-
Thank you, thank
I
you.
wanted to show you.
And
This is Vice Mayor.
Vice
Carl.
Mayor Carl rolling on in. Yep, and Vice Mayor Carl actually, his dog came and signed the guest book the other day.
That's funny.
Well, we're gonna ask him about that.
So I wanted to show you
But-
this while you're sitting here. This is
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
what's in there.
Vice Mayor Carl. So I saw that the
My little
Otter
otter,
friend.
his little otter.
Yep.
I saw. Was it what's the dog's name?
Loki.
Loki signed the yearbook.
Yep.
Yep, come down and I saw it in today's student. Now I now understood it after looking at a few things, but yeah, I was like woof woof woof, and
Yeah, I
and then
took it for
after
a walk and we walked by there, so.
yeah, awesome. All right, so
Signed it for.
love it.
We're like, is it his daughter?
Yeah. I was like, they're like, yeah, Vice Mayor, that's Mayor Carl's last time, and then I was looking at some things. And I was like, oh, now I know what he did. He's out walking the dog.
Yeah.
And then that made sense to the
Walking the dog and
they love the otter, Vice Mayor Carl.
yeah.
Tell you what, Otter Creek is the place to be, man. It's really towns are turning around.
Oh yeah.
Towns are turning around.
Vice Mayor Carl, you're looking good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great today.
Who's your friend?
This is Ollie the otter.
Ollie. What's he holding?
He's holding a little star, so I'm thinking a starfish.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
it's awesome. So once again, once Deanna or
I'm gonna go.
Belinda gets here, we'll go ahead and get inside. Yep, we're all waiting. I got the sound system going too today.
Okay,
Yep.
I saw online. I didn't watch it. I was busy, but I did.
Yeah, the little
see,
thumbnail?
The thumbnail.
Yeah, I did that, and
That's
then
good. Everybody be able to hear.
well, I'll have to play with the volumes as they talk. I'll have to play with the volumes. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to tell with
Yeah.
not people in there. But I mean, thanks. Shout out to Limwalkers because freaking, it was pretty easy plug and play system.
Yeah.
And once we get the volume set, we'll
Say hi.
yep, Jeremy's in there. Once we get the volume set, we'll leave it like there and it's done. It's just plug and go.
I
You
know
know?
last month I was talking kind of soft because I normally talk pretty loud and I didn't want to be
Well,
overbearing with
Hey,
it.
well
So
you
I'm
know.
gonna speak up this time.
No, actually, well, that's what I told Belinda. I was like, well, because there's only 4 mics in there, and I didn't have one by you. I have one on the table for Mayor Zim, but like in the middle. I was like, I'm not really worried about Vice Mayor Carl. He talks pretty loud, so everybody can kind of hear him.
Yeah.
So that's the one good thing about that. I'm putting you in the picture instead of on all the words. That way they can see you.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all.
What's up, Jess? What's up? But yeah,
And it's a deep, deep voice, and it's very, he talks very calmly. So,
yeah, we are all just a waiting, just a waiting, just a waiting. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? All right. ADT says hello all. Oh, this is what's on his shoulder is it's an otter. That's Ollie the otter he has. I think is what his name was. But everybody can hear loud and clear. That's good. That's the one good thing is because of the fact that I have shout out. Where'd the other microphone go? Oh, it's right here. I got one here and I got one on the camera, which I'll put one on the table next to the people, and then I'll do the other one here, and then you guys should be able to hear it. Plus, with the fact of I got the sound system going, so we'll try that once we go in here in a minute. And I won't be able to read the chat. You guys are just gonna have to chat, and then I'll be, doing that. Look at, I'm not even on my screen. Oh, appreciate. No worries, Jax. Again, I know there's been some super chats in there that I missed, and I'm on my phone, so I got my computer here. All right, Belinda's coming. All right. So what we're gonna do? How can I go back in? I can go back and oh, there was Nurse TT. I see your super chat in there. I appreciate it. And there's the other ones. All right. Well, we're gonna go inside that way we can make sure everything gets lined right. Hashtag what the hell says baby baby baby. That's right, baby. Are you guys ready, baby? All right. We're going to head on over, baby, and go. Oh, there's Madam Mayor. Look, we can hear. All right. So what I'm gonna do is once I get inside, everybody, I gotta set the speakers up. So, and yeah, sorry. I'm trying to stand y'all up. I apologize. I got my computer in my hand. I got these things right here, and so that's just the way it is. You guys know how I roll. All 2,354 you, 2,400. All right, here we go. So, dude. All right, I'm trying to get you guys up. You guys just gotta bear with me, all right? You just gotta bear with me. We'll go over here. There's Mr. Doug, my man. That's Otter Creek's head of security right there. That's right, town hall, baby. That's where we're at. Look, they're right there. Hey, you guys saw that dog? Yeah, he's not a very friendly dog. I don't think he's like vicious, but he did come at me on that live earlier. Did you see that? You see the two-town live, and I did the live up here, and I set up the sound system. The little rascal, he doesn't like to be petted, that's for sure. So, Tube Town in Alaska, Madam Mayor says. That's right, baby. Yeah, so Jeremy, we're on this baby kick now, baby. Oh, baby, don't call me baby. All right. So, yep. So we will be going inside here in a moment. Like I said, we're gonna make sure the sound's good. You guys can sound. You guys can sound. You guys can hear. And I don't know why I got my computer in my hand. I'm still reading the chat there. I guess so I can read it here if I need to. I'll just hold it like that. Hello. Oh. Nobody puts baby in it. Oh, that's from Dirty Dancing, right? A little baby and Dirty Dancing, right? Her name was Baby, right? Well, we're gonna put this up so that it's going to be up, and then we'll get inside here in a minute. Baby. Actually, everybody's showing up. I got here early just so I could get everybody to know, because I didn't do no thumbnail or no warning either. So I was like, well, I kind of better get here early too. And again, Brett sent me some pointers as well to get get here early so that I can make sure that everybody can hear. Baby. All right. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been able to pay attention to the chat. So, oh, there's a super chat. Be rad. What's up? Appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Again, once we get inside, we're going to go ahead and get the sound system up and going. And then there's another one. Let the show begin, Mark says. Well, right now, again, we're just going to make sure that the speakers are working right. And there is everybody's favorite town lady, Miss Belinda. We all love Miss Belinda.
We're starting the Otter Creek train.
Oh, the Otter Creek train's coming inside. All right, we're going to get inside. We're going to make sure that the sound works. And yeah, here we go. We're going to spin you around.
Deanna said, choo-choo, baby.
Choo-choo, baby. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna turn around. So I'm gonna spin you guys around. You guys are gonna have to listen to me play on the microphone for a minute.
If it is too cold in here, just let me know. Feels lovely.
Feels good.
Feels lovely. It's Florida outside.
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing good. Yourself? You coming in? I want to make sure so I can shut the door in your face.
Check 1, 2.
Mic check, baby. Baby. Check. Test, check. 1, 2. Check. Test, 1, 2. I'm just kidding. It's before now. So yeah. So basically, Mr. Doug, I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the sound. So like, if you hear like humming or something, let me know because I hear it good. But I'll just have to play with that as people come in here and.
I think the last time we had the extra mic, it's like in our car.
Oh, in the jar? Oh, that's not a bad idea. Can you see me? Mr. Doug says, nope. How you doing, man? Good to see you, sir. Stand up looking down instead of the other way around. You know how that is. Let me see what they say. Can they hear? Yeah, I don't know what it's going to have. That's hard to say. It's hard. There's all, you need like something with the walls in here. All right. So can you guys hear me in the chat? You guys can hear everything all right? It's fine. Other than that, I don't know until the meeting starts. You guys are just going to have to bear with us.
Test, baby.
Test, baby. Baby. All right. DJ Radis says yes. All right, I'm not going to read the chat. The attorney's probably looking at me like, who is this? Another YouTuber, man? Jeez, Louise. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. I just like making people smile. That's all.
She's a natural. I don't know about that, but I think you are.
You're smiling right now.
Do you think this will hold one up if you just put it, make it really high?
I think we should be fine laying there on the ground. It might like ruffle for a moment. It's hard to get. It's hard to stay until.
I think, well, they stay up on their own.
Think about this, like people like on the table. There you go. Like this, one each way.
I feel better than this.
Try like that.
I'm gonna make you a forecast. Important enough to make you do your.
Oh, they're coming film now.
Again, you guys just have to bear with me in the chat and let me know. I'll be going quiet here soon. As I have to.
We need people over there talking.
What's going on, man? So, there's them. Sorry.
How are you?
Doing good, man. Need to come over there and level some dirt. Let me know.
They just have to check everything. I think they should make it.
So I can't zoom in on It's lawyer Megan, Dirty says. It is. It's lawyer Megan, baby. That's what he said.
How are you? Good to see you.
What, you got a chip on your shoulder? A little otter. A little otter.
Yeah, so we don't, again, we won't know until they sit down.
Zooming out is zoomed out.
It's always zoomed out, everybody, until they get it. So it's gonna be like me doing camera like this. Like that. And that's it. Well, I can't do that. Oh, there it is. Look at everyone now. That does everybody. There it is.
Hoping to get some new
Let me do this. Hey, you know what? You're just gonna get what you get, 'cause that's all I can do.
The good old boys.
Hey, we got the sound, and I got a mic here, I got another mic up there.
Yeah.
So if you guys can't hear this time, it's on you.
Well, Sammy Irving, Tony Parker, I'm about week ago. They made a mistake.
Yeah, so it goes red when you have 90 minutes left. So, and actually it goes red on this one. Yeah. So they last every other day, I work all day long. They work all day long. Yeah, like I'm really impressed with it. Sorry about if I got loud, you guys. I was just grabbing the mic.
Well, they bumped it through last year, a little before last year, they was up down 44. East, Citrus, in Citrus County, on 44, and they were already high across the road, so now they're up into Dunedin.
Me, my baby.
The thing about it is, they gotta come out down here because they can't cross that gas line. And they can't go.
It's small, you guys. Well, it's for me to read it like that close.
And the gas line goes up, and goes out my way. Yeah, but the gas line is a quarter of a mile from the power line. I don't know what they're gonna do with that, because they can't go over.
That's weird.
So the gas company says, I mean, it's the state, they'll do what they want. Because I know they took it all the way down to the lake, Willis, got that other nice place, and right through the road in front of that, on 60.
I need a baby. I got it. Right.
Well, we heard the thumb.
You got that, you wouldn't have.
Yeah. And I'm only.
And just because that one, you can like, just you go like, slide up, see your legs.
And now, you stay out here.
It's already at my phone.
I try to stay here after the meetings. I've got something in the morning.
Oh, man, that sucks.
It does.
I was out there this morning and, yeah, we have our Ward W3C council meeting. See, today instead of tomorrow. And, I go out there, I like to go to fish tacos, steamers, and it's going to get for once. So many times we go out for dinner, I'm going out for that and I can't get it.
Oh, well, she kind of, the redneck carnival? Oh yeah, the redneck carnival is the world's best redneck carnival. She was definitely, yeah, she was definitely. Can you guys hear in the chat? We haven't started reading yet, but can y'all hear right there?
They did mention the balance.
I know, I was getting a little jealous. He started calling her baby.
For the 23, which is, of course, we didn't have one. We do have one for 2024, but we didn't have it.
Yeah, again, okay, so it says it's fine.
Okay. Right now, we're still under budget. We're about $35,000, so we're still good, but we've still got 4 months to go. So,
There we go.
I think, well, I spent. I saw that, but, okay.
Regular politics is if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
It's not quite yet. I still have 4 months, so, but I want you guys to have a look at it.
It's an honor. It should be on. Some people say that.
I would say,
Because I think it goes mute unless you hear something.
yeah, I would just go over what the review is and discuss the review.
You guys hear?
and Make that topic of conversation. If someone wants a copy, then okay.
Sounds great so far. Zoom to show full table. I can't zoom everybody, this is what you get.
Next month's meeting to present.
That's all you get. Maybe I
Okay.
can zoom.
But they're going to file it with the state.
So the action's right there.
Okay.
So if we go into our property.
Where are the other two? Well, the meeting will start till 7, so.
We are
So-
on.
Are we voting on to accept it?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
There is no accepting, it is what it is.
Yeah.
He was just going to go
I don't know.
over finding goods, because
Because,
last year when they came, it was, everything was so mixed up. I want you guys to know about what has gone on. So if you have any questions, or, you know,
That's funny.
it is what it is. You know,
Yeah, it is.
not-
So they love Vice Mayor Carl's water.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's the only thing they've been doing for 2023 was working with the budget. And, you know, she's
Yes, ma'am.
already from September of 2023.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
Something make people smile and
Bring
bring a little bit of happiness, you know.
I started doing this, but my budget is set from 24, you know, 20.
We got ours budget in set, and but now we did go, we made the budget fit what we thought we was gonna need, so here
Well,
we
we're working on the trim budget. The trim budget is not the same as
Right.
operating budget, and that's what she suggested, is put one in place. So I already have it, but she won't see that.
Don, how are you doing? I'm doing all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Danny Stevens owned that property where the old campsite was, and they put all of that home on his property.
I hope he is sworn. Dawn, not
Dawn,
yet.
you wouldn't have a
Dawn,
seat
you
out
need
there?
to be sworn in first.
Did we have a
Before
seat
you
out
can-
there?
Yeah, you'll have to have a seat over here first.
Well, exactly when did my thing expire?
You're in April.
In April?
Yeah. In April, your term expired.
I don't, where does it say that?
Dawn,
Is that correct?
And you refused to swear yourself
You had a
in.
new election and
Pardon?
qualifying,
Yes.
and swearing in was in May by way of the ordinance that revised the charter.
yep, and you didn't, you got up and left, so until you get sworn in, you can't
Just
sit at the
because
table.
I wasn't at that meeting, doesn't mean that,
Yes, it does. You walked out,
No, I don't think it means that, but I do think you need to be sworn in.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
but until then, you can't sit at the
But
table.
this is, no,
Swear me in now, then.
Don,
Just swear
I'm
me
asking you
in.
to have a seat over there until you're called up, until we discuss the open seat,
To discuss what?
the open seat.
Well, really, there's not an open seat, because, the term lasts until, especially since I qualified, it
Don?
lasts up and.
I'm asking you to please, want to disrupt this
I'm sworn
meeting.
in. I'm just gonna do this out of deference,
Okay,
not necessarily towards, but, yes.
thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for that, but if you read the charter, I think it'll clarify it, and, there's no reason I shouldn't be sitting there now, but out of deference only.
Okay, so you should
How
have,
you doing?
then do the binding page of it, just like that.
Yeah, will we get it? Yes.
And then 3 or 4 papers. And just says, okay, this is what we found, this is what we suggest. But I did acknowledge we did correct a lot.
Right.
Yes, for us.
I got you, one right there for you.
I made a note.
You doing all right there?
I saw
I'm
that.
doing good.
Well, you said to remind.
Yes. They are, supposed to contact me this coming week, and we'll invite them to our next meeting.
You didn't happen to see Laura out there, did you? Oh, okay. That might be pulling up now.
Yes, sir.
I was just asking if you saw Laura out there, you know, we're getting a little place.
Yeah, I didn't see you come in.
When's your campground open, Zim?
I'm hoping sometime this fall, August, October. Somewhere there.
finished with it? Both.
Well, yeah, every time it rains, it's gonna stop and recoup, but it was dry for a while there, it was really nice, except it was so daggone hot. Everybody was working their brains out in the heat.
Yeah. It's been hot already.
This week's been nice.
Yeah. All that rain we got, we needed that. I know that holiday, but we needed that.
How you doing, Laura? Hey, Laura.
I don't know what they're gonna do, it's gonna be whether we like it or not.
I need one of the things holding up like that, so I can see it.
Oh, yeah, like this little stand. That's the timer.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work over on the other side.
I figured I had to use a timer on it, so we could do the 3 minutes.
Yeah, they said this was exactly 3 minutes, so.
But you gotta wait for it to finish to start the next guy.
Oh, yeah, that is the problem. I didn't think about
I
that.
got the 3 minutes.
So if somebody gets up, takes a minute, so.
Yeah. But I was trying to get my timer to kick off at like 15 seconds early, give you a little warning, so you got down to 15 seconds, so to give you a little notice, instead of just,
Yeah.
there it is. But that, I can't figure out how to get it to do that. We'll do 3 minutes, I won't do the. I saw it, I was one, figured it out.
Yeah, 'cause I know mine is just one timer, and that's it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, so I guess I gotta set up at 2:45 and then just watch the 15.
Mm-hmm.
That particular buzzer on the phone, on the wall is not the timer for the stove. What guy was that says that? Was it Ron White, I think it was.
Ron White, he's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Since you don't know how to push the buttons like you're supposed to, I think I'm gonna just stop. You just press this button when it started, but you started afterwards, push the button.
Oh, okay. So I guess we need to.
I'm not firing from this position.
How far was it going in?
And there's Ellie.
The awkward silence is going on right now. It's a little awkward. Can you guys hear me?
I guess that's a.
I think that's the microphone for his.
See.
Particularly, isn't it?
Is
Oh,
this,
that's all right.
is it your phone?
That's me to Zoom. That's on you guys.
Yeah, so that I think it's, pick it up on his phone and recording.
Is that good? Okay to do again? Are we, can we allow them to put a microphone on the counter? On the table? Okay. Let's call this meeting to order. Pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You gonna do roll call? You wanna start with you, Joseph?
Laura
Carl.
Zen, Megan,
and
and
Belinda.
Belinda. Okay. We'll go, let's have an approval for the agenda for the meeting. Anybody make a motion to accept the
Make a
agenda?
motion.
Second.
Okay, let's be, try to speak clearly so the microphone can get us, so we can get that recorded on the thing. So we got our second and a first and a second on the agenda, and it's all unopposed. All right, we'll move on. New business. We have,
Approval of minutes.
oh, sorry, jumped on. Approval of the minutes for May 22nd, or 21st.
Make a motion.
Okay. All vote on?
Aye.
Aye. Unopposed? Okay. New business. Just as a note here, just to bring it out real quick so I don't forget to do it. Safe Built is a building inspection and code enforcements. And there are two different types of code enforcements, but they're gonna come and try to work with us and let us know something next month so that we can sit there and I wanted the full council to be here, so when they come, they can talk to everyone, and it all goes, we don't have to do it a couple times to get everybody involved in it. Anyway, a note for that, that's coming up next month. All right, we have the open council seat. We'll talk about that in a minute. Don, do you want to input on this before we start? No? We're talking about the open council seat. Do you want to have any input on it before we start talking about it? No? Okay.
Well, I don't hear what you said.
I'm asking you, do you have anything to say about the open council seat before we start?
Well, actually, there's not an open council seat, you know?
That's all you got to say?
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, so last month, we called everyone up to swear them in. Don refused to be sworn in and walked out, said he wanted nothing to do with this. I took that as that was his resignation or resignal. But I'm not gonna vote on that. I'm not gonna make that decision. I'm gonna call for a vote. Who wants to, who wants? All right, hold on. I'm gonna call for a vote. I think it's inappropriate for us to appoint you a month later to this seat because it sets a bad precedence for future mayors and future council members that might not be doing things, they'll take it in advantage and use it in a corrupt way. So I don't want to do it out of what the rules are and what we've done. What I'm asking for a vote on is just to vote on whether we want to appoint Carl as a council, or do we want to do this, the routine, Don as a council member, or do we want to do the due process that the town's always done, and we have open list and enrollment for people to put a letter in for it, and we, at the meeting, the council will go through the people who have nominated themselves for the seat and make a choice of it. That's where I feel we should be. I'm asking for you guys to make a motion on fill the seat in the correct way, in the way we've always done it in the past, or not. I'm asking for a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Mayor, can I just interject with some legal thought?
Okay?
I would just say, I would be cautious about creating a vacancy. After last meeting, I inquired Mr. Severino what his intentions were, and he advised that he intended to continue to serve the people of Otter Creek. In the absence of a clear resignation or death or disqualification, which are the three methods provided for by the charter, I think you have to be very cautious about filling that. He qualified unopposed. And there's nothing that would suggest missing a single meeting or anything of the sort results in disqualification or vacancy.
Okay, I understand that. If that was the case, then I would be 100% on exactly what you said. But Don Severino was right here. He refused to be sworn in, said he had wanted nothing to do
I
with
did
it.
not refuse to be sworn in.
You absolutely did.
No,
You
missing
wanted
a
nothing
meeting
to-
does not constitute a resignation.
It wasn't a missing meeting. You refused to be sworn in, and you walked out, said you
It
wanted
wasn't
nothing to do with
a
it.
meeting when I walked out, and missing a meeting is not.
We called everyone up to be sworn in
You
for
should
the,
listen to your.
we are. We called everyone in up to be sworn in for the meeting. That was the beginning of the meeting. Okay. So that's where I feel we're at. I think that's, if you would've missed the meeting and not been here, then okay, then it'll be a different thing.
What's the difference? There's none.
You refused to be sworn in, and you said you wanted nothing to do with this, and you walked out.
Had nothing to do with the sawing of people without a meeting, without a meeting being.
That was the meeting.
It wasn't, you want.
That was the meeting. That was the beginning of the meeting.
It was an ad hoc meeting. It was
We,
not a
we
council
had no
meeting.
council.
It wasn't a
We had no
meeting.
council.
You didn't take the, well, you didn't do anything. You just sworn in some people. The meeting had started.
And that wasn't my suggestion, because without it, we didn't have a quorum.
Okay,
So-
well.
Yep, and we had no quorum and we had no council.
What you're talking about.
At that time, I was the only council member. You weren't even a council member.
Yes, I was.
Your term was up.
No, it wasn't. If you read the charter,
Okay.
I'm
All right,
surprised you're already aware of it.
Okay. So I'm not gonna make the decision on my own. I'm gonna call for a vote on making the decision.
So you can't vote on that.
So just to clarify, you have a motion, what is your motion?
To do it the traditional way, the way it's been done in the past.
I'll second that.
How many vote?
Aye.
One opposed? It's 3-1.
So the motion is to advertise, those who want to put in a letter of
Yes.
interest in.
Yes.
Okay.
That puts your letter of interest in this month and have it in before the next meeting, and the council will choose from there. And if you want to participate and do something with the town, I encourage you to submit your letter.
No, explain that to me.
I'm explaining to you that we're asking for letters of people of interest in the position, and at the next meeting, we will make that decision. And then,
Listen.
and I encourage you to put your letter in if you want that, if you want to continue on with the service.
That's what you pay legal people for. And what you're doing is, like I said, it's immoral, it's illegal what you're doing, it's just not right. I qualify.
I took it, I took what you've done in the meeting, and so did the others, or so far, 2 of them, took it the same way that you withdrawn and wanted nothing to do with it.
I've given my opinion, I don't get to vote, so I've given my legal advice, they can choose to accept it or not.
All right, then, good enough, good enough.
Okay.
But maybe you should explain to them a little different terms.
That's what the vote was for.
Yeah, I think they understand what they're doing.
They don't.
He's coming there.
All right, we've got, let's move on. Decision made. All right, we got, we're talking about festivals and special events for the town, this old business.
I've reached out to a few people in Cedar Key about what vendor spots are charged in Cedar Key.
Yeah.
Because instead of offering free,
Yeah.
I thought about what
well,
if
let
we
me
marked
finish.
it 50 to 75% off, lower than what Cedar
Yes.
Key offers their
It
spots.
does need to be that. I went down to talk to them, they're $100 a month for the weekend. And it's, I think the town has gotten too much, there's been too much increase for this budget coming up for us not to charge something, we have to charge.
Now, is that $100 for every vendor spot? Because you
Yes.
think the prime ones would cost more, the
Um,
prime spots.
She said it was, it's $100 per spot, and that's for the weekend, for 2 days. And, there's no, special spots over there, they're all equally done, all the food's done through local
Yeah.
groups. So they don't let food vendors come in, on it. But now here's what the suggestions are that I've talked to multiple towns that's done these festivals on a regular basis. And they're suggesting that none of them, the town doesn't run the festival. They issue a permit to a group that takes care of the process, and they charge, like for closing the streets, like $250, there's $100 for this and $100 for that. The time it's all added up, it comes out to about $1,000 that someone's gotta pay, and to the town for the permit. But now, what it does is two things. The town doesn't have to put any cost out to do so, but it has, and there's no risk for the town as far as how many vendors show or don't show, and all the money invested in the advertisement and doing the different things. Because the advertisement's gonna be costly too.
But our biggest difference is we wouldn't have to close any roads, would we?
We would have to close the street. The only street we have that's accessible, that's the least amount of traffic on it, or the easiest to close, is 3rd Street right there, from the stop sign to 19. And that has, the church has already agreed, they have no problem with it, and they, forgot the gentleman's name, I've talked to him, Wendell, and they said they have no problem, because they can access from the side street to their
Right.
property, and, close that off of there. Now, there is no security, there's no street lights there. So, do we want to do a 2-day event or a 1-day event, to avoid all that being left out there overnight? Or, should we just, what Cedar Key does, they advertise it, they do it out there, no security. You're responsible for your own stuff, and it's a 2-day event. Which, there is no security out there, but they do have streetlights, and there are just other activities. Yes, sir.
If you're gonna run this event and the city's not gonna run it, Otter Creek's not gonna run it. I go to the Seafood Festival in Everglade City. They take a city tax from every vendor on the money that they made in that day. That's the way they do it. They charge for the booth, and they take a city tax on the amount of money that the people make that are vendors,
The sales tax.
sales tax.
Yeah, but if we do that, then we have to report it to the internal revenue.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
basically, we get it.
Yeah,
we have to-
they'll turn around and give it right to the state. Although we might get to keep 1% of it.
Keep
The-
going on, they keep you in line.
Yeah.
Part of our, as you leave here and you go to the stop sign here, the school's here, the town owns half of that property right there, in that circle,
They do.
and there's streetlights.
There is some streetlights.
Can we not have it started there and go towards Third?
Well,
Well, and.
then you got the road closures on the houses over here, on the wood shops and Ellie's property, and you got the access from Joey Street, and all them will be affected, all those streets will be affected. That section is the only one that doesn't affect anybody,
Yeah.
except for the one residence, and they got access from the side yard. In fact, we could actually, I would wanna close the street off there at the stop sign, just so people wouldn't try to go down, but we really wouldn't have to do it right there at the property, if we did that, Quite honestly, I feel the town really needs the generation of it. It's gonna do two things. It's gonna bring in some outside activities, it's gonna bring in some positive things in our town. It's gonna bring some community events together, bring the community together on some stuff. And, if the town does do it, now, there's nothing illegal about the town doing it and holding it themselves. You know, all the towns said that they can do it. They just don't wanna have to deal with all the coordinations and all the organization and deal with all that. And we are a pretty limited staff. I'll tell you, my time as a volunteering is way up here already, and I don't mind continuing to do it. But, you know, at some point or another, someone's not gonna be in the seat volunteering their time as much as I do to do these things. So town does, you know, I think for the first year, we ought to, the town will take it on and do it, and let the town make the money on it, and put it in the budget, and, that way there's no, and the town benefits truly from it.
Can we take volunteers to help us coordinate this, put this together?
Yes, we can do volunteers on it, but it's, all the organization of it's going to be done pre-planned. The volunteer stuff would be just people that go up and down the street and, walk and make sure everybody's okay, no one's hurt, no one's falling down, no one's getting heat exhaustion or anything can go wrong.
Ms. Lord, you think Carrie would volunteer as our EMT person?
We can actually get a hold of the Department of Public Safety and they will provide an ambulance, to sit just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we understand we got a call, we gotta go.
In fact, they would probably like to set up too, and
Yeah.
they'll be here for emergency.
Public relations is awesome, it really is. Having a clinic station or something.
I'll reach out then.
Okay, all right.
I personally think one day would be best, Saturday.
Mhm.
Or Sunday, obviously, you're not gonna get as much, and, you know, with church and everything going on, we don't wanna be in their way and such as well.
The church that church services at 5 o'clock, and most festivals already broke down by 2, 3
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, they're gone.
Well, I know that the Baptist church here, I think they hold services in the morning as well.
They do.
So,
Um,
I know they get pretty busy,
All right, another side of this thing to be done is the event itself is gonna take a lot of coordinating, a lot of things to do. You can be ready for, parking. There's gonna be an issue with parking, people are gonna need to park. A lot of towns, people charge them $5 to park in their yard and let so many do it on it, but the towns also charge a permit for the homeowner, has to buy a permit to park the cars in their yard, and they could charge the $5, it's a set price, they can't go over that price, and it's, per car, they get charged, but they gotta pay for like a permit fee, only good for the event, for public event, to do the parking, because when you think about it, let's say it's a busy Saturday, someone could probably have 100 cars run through their yard on that Saturday morning. You know, they're not gonna stay here all day, but they're gonna come and go. And, we talked about trying to do it on the same time as Cedar Key, but they're kind of ruffled a little bit about us doing it on the same weekend as them. But nobody said they'll get their feelings hurt if we do. But, the Lions Club, which are the ones that put the expense out in running the event, are asking that we move it to a different weekend, not the same as theirs. I kind of thought that was a great way for us to get some traffic, was their weekend. But if we did a weekend or two behind them, we could easily put signs up on the streets, people coming and going, they'll know ours is coming up in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Advertise it that way and get some of that. And not only that, it gives the vendors going out there a chance to see, hey, there's another festival going on in 3 weeks here, to get on the vendor list as well. Might help there. Chiefland does their watermelon festival, it's a one-day event. Their festival's $150. It's $150 and, it's one day. and,
and that was just about a month ago, wasn't it?
yeah, and they're fully packed out down there. They're packed out to the gills. And those people are maxed out with people and staff and volunteers and trying to coordinate it all and get everybody checked in and checked out. There's gonna be a cleanup process afterwards we gotta do. Hopefully everybody cleans up behind themselves, but people walking down the street may not be so generous. Hopefully the vendors will pick up behind themselves. Nobody's gonna wanna leave their stuff.
So we're gonna try to, of course, do this ourselves, or we're gonna try to see if the Lions Club will.
Well, no, it would have to be a local organization here that would be willing to do it, and put the money out for the financing, and do it, because the advertisement's gonna be some. We got, coordinating events, getting scheduled, meeting with people, trying to get in touch with all the different agencies that has the listings. There's a national listing for events to get on, but, it's, 3 months out? About, so we might have missed their national publicism, but I think the county is asking for a list of the local events being done, to get on for that. So also, town hall, these are things for public involvement, trying to include the town in a way of creating revenue without raising taxes. That's what all this is about. The town hall could be for local events. People get family gatherings or events, could rent out the town hall. Have a rate for the local people and have a rate for outside people. That way it's fair to the locals, and it's, outside, it's going to how long the event would be. It's an extremely long event, you're gonna have to have someone to be here, a maintenance person, so that'll have to be included in the fee. It'll have to be arranged in advance, so that a maintenance person can be here, or at least a volunteer person that represents the town to be here.
What are we setting prices? Are we just
Well,
talking about?
we're talking about the different things here, and then we gotta go back and see what everybody wants to pursue on, and then start setting prices. And then that way we can
We
set.
get a vendor spot for say $35.
I think that would be fine for the first year. I think that would be fine for the first out of the gate. Make it attractive to the vendors. If we did a one-day event, makes it sweet, and it's over.
I would like to see some kind of a thing set up that kind of, talks about the history of Otter Creek as well. We are a
Absolutely.
historical town.
Absolutely.
Just some kind of a small thing.
Maybe we can get in touch with the historical society over in Bronson.
I already have, I have
Yeah.
pictures, yeah, I have some pictures that they've got, with a little history of the railroad, the old Smith store, the depot. That's all that they had, but someone must have something for the old store up front. That's a green building now, but it used to be a restaurant way back when.
I don't remember that place ever being a restaurant.
Is that it? I've got the food store, I've got the train, I got the mill, lumberyard. They had maybe 10 pictures of Otter Creek.
Yeah, I know, they had come and spoke to us a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she dropped them off, and I'm gonna go have pictures made,
Oh, good.
yeah, so we can put them on the wall.
That's gonna be
So if
great.
anyone else has, or knows anyone who has any history pictures of Otter Creek, I'd love to get some, so that we can, put them on and.
So seeing like Jeremy has the old schoolhouse, I know that's a part of our history too. I don't know if he has any old photos or information about it, but. Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to the thing, we're talking about prices. Let's go ahead and establish a date, so we can start this thing off with,
Do we know when
with
the
details.
festival is?
Theirs is October 19th and 20th. They have the Pirates Festival on November the 2nd, which is not a very big event for them, on it. And it's, now, the mayor over there says, we don't care. You do what you need to do. We don't care, we're not gonna be offended. This is the mayor of City Creek. And, they have to deal with someone's not happy about something sometime.
I know.
Always. So, being said, let's make a decision here, us, keeping them in consideration, they are our city neighbors, and,
What about September 7th?
September 7th.
Yeah, Labor Day.
That's
After
September
Labor Day?
2nd.
Right. So people are off that Monday, and then that would be the following weekend.
Good question, is
The
that
pro-
when scholar season starts? Ends, okay, so.
The only problem with moving it forward is the time frames of getting it prepared and getting the information out there.
Yeah.
Moving backwards is in our benefit versus forward.
That would give us, what, 2.5 months, 3 months?
Yeah,
3.5 months if we did it in September?
right, but we gotta get advertisement out there, which that's gonna take time, it's gonna take 3 weeks to get advertisement out there.
Yeah.
And then we gotta have,
Here's a logistical question, if you do it after October 1st, you're in your budget year. For the proceeds.
That's true.
Yeah, because right now, we're under budget.
Right. Right, and the next fiscal year is where the budget's really gonna take the hit on the insurance changes and the other stuff. So,
First Saturday in October.
that's 2 weeks prior to theirs. The only, I mean,
When was theirs in October?
October 19th and 20th. So the last weekend of October or the first weekend of November kind of follows theirs. And we at least get to advertise to the people going out there. And it gives us a chance to reach out to the vendors out there a little bit. Just in case we don't have enough vendors that signed up already. I mean, we don't, it's our first time, no one knows about us, no one knows that we've ever done it or even considered doing it. So it's new to everyone. So we're gonna take a little salt there to go. All right, so let's make a decision on the date. You're inquiring about the October 1st. Were you saying because of the budget funding, or are you talking about because it gives us a chance to make the new budget?
The new fiscal year starts.
I mean, yeah, October 1st, your fiscal year starts. So budget-wise, if you have expenditures, presumably at least some last-minute stuff can come out of the New Year's budget. And same thing, to the extent you're making profit, it would go into the New Year's budget.
Okay. Which is the sole reason, I mean, I think it'd be great for the town, but, you know, the income is what the town needs, you know, without taxes. All right, so let's pick a date in October. Let's try to pin that down. Any other suggestions? So my calendar on this thing.
I've got my calendar up right here. You said theirs was 19th and 20th?
Yes. Come on.
What was their one in August?
August?
You said there was one in August, didn't you?
No, it's in October, oh, November,
November, the
November.
pirate
This is
thing.
the second.
They do
second
that
of-
at their, at the playground park area.
Yeah, I know, I've been to it.
It's not all that. I
That's
mean,
I
real
know.
small.
yeah, but it's, you know, it's something they do. So it definitely wouldn't affect them if we did it. It might even help them. That people come out this far and say, well, let's go out and see that.
Mhm.
But, and again, we don't have to, we can stick to the date of the fall festival too.
Cause a lot of people, I mean, they're not like they're gonna stay here for 4 hours or something looking around. They're gonna
Right.
walk, check out the vendors, and then head to Cedar Key. So
Yeah.
it's just gonna cause a slight delay, I would believe.
So, does anyone oppose the 18th and the 19th and the 20th, was it? I can't get this
The
calendar.
19th, I have mine up right here. If you need to. The 19th is, when you said theirs was,
Yeah.
19th, 20th.
Yeah. Columbus Day is on the 14th. Does anyone have a conflicting schedule on the, all right, let me see it one time. All right, on October the 12th or October the 26th, does anyone have a conflicting schedule with doing on those dates? That's the week before and the week after theirs.
And I'll just take off of work that day.
All right, I propose we do it the week following theirs on the 26th. That way we have at least some advantage of theirs. All
Put
right,
out signs while theirs is going on.
pardon me?
Put out signs while theirs is going on.
Yes.
Not let people
Yes.
see it.
Okay, so we got the date, you got that, 26th? All right, and obviously there'll be an early morning check-in, and then someone to follow through with it throughout the day, clean up and gone by the end of the night. Fees, Laura suggested $35 a booth. I'm fine with the booth fees. Is anyone else?
I'm
Okay, so the $35 would be the fee, and I'm trying to get this done, so do we need to do a resolution for this?
We can, and that way everything's all in one place. We
Okay.
can adopt that next meeting.
Okay.
Are you doing food trucks and or is that
Well,
different than vendors?
We do food trucks, now you get into the money side of the things.
Sure.
That's the money guys, they're gonna come in and make a killing if they don't.
Yeah, and I've had two people call to say, hey, if you guys are gonna do anything, I wanna participate. So,
Food people,
mhm.
so,
I think we do need the food trucks because we don't.
oh, we gotta have food trucks.
Yeah, so we don't have a background like CRP does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we gotta do the food trucks and,
and we don't have a restaurant here either.
Yeah, no.
So,
I think the food truck fees need to be different though. Cause they're gonna be the ones coming in raking out all the money.
Percentage,
75,
percentage of sales.
55?
The percentage of sales is a good way, but it's, now we gotta be out there with a calculator in the day.
Well, it's more of a trust honor system, since I'm more than willing to offer my help. I have vast experience in putting on events, coordinating events, thousands and thousands of people. I'll be more than willing to volunteer my time. But, yeah, the food vendors at most of the events I have, or I'm at, they pay percentage, because there's some that make $15,000-$20,000, and if you only get $75 out of that. Now, it is an honor system, at the same time, it's either $75 or an honor system of a cut of $10,000-$15,000.
Are they paying a fee and percentage?
No, they just pay a percentage. I mean, every event varies, they all vary, but and it's obviously up to you guys, but for the majority of events I've hosted and put on, I put some on at Gilchrist County Arena before, percentages is the vast majority of the way they do the work on festivals.
I would think that'd be more attractive to get them here too, because if they come and they don't sell that much, they're not out a lot versus,
You can offer a fee for them to come, a setup fee to guarantee they're gonna be here. Charge them the $75, and then that $75 can be part of the percentage. So whatever the percentage is minus $75, because they've already paid that part of the percentage. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that just guarantees their non-refundable $75 will go toward,
so if they don't
A
show
spot.
up, at least we
and
don't.
then the $75 is part of the percentage.
That's not a bad idea.
I think the $75 for the food trucks, and then, let's just come up with a number on a percentage. Because they put 10% toward, at the end of the day, on top of the $75. That way it's not too extravagant, and it guarantees the town gets something from them.
And
I
the,
like that.
and the 75, like what he was talking about, where the 75 rolls into the 10%, or like
No.
75 plus?
It's just 10%, instead of being 25%, it's just, they just pay 10% at the end of the day, it's an honor system, and they pay $75 to set up.
Gotcha. I agree with that.
You have hours.
Check-in will be at 6 a.m., and everyone has to be in their booth by 8 o'clock. That way, when foot traffic starts in, there's no car traffic on the street after 8 o'clock. Does that work? Until, 4 o'clock.
And most of them close to start looking, yeah.
You know, since it's a one-day event, 4 o'clock would be good. That way they can break it down and have time to get out of here before dark.
I guess in 8 hours, so.
Right, and then after the 4 o'clock, the people can start, most people are gonna have carts to get their stuff in and out, but you can have to open the walk traffic side, can open the traffic to get down and get the roof picked up, cleaned up and out of there. Okay, so 6 a.m. check in, 8 a.m. streets are closed. Traffic for the vendors, 4 p.m. events over, cleanup time, call it a day. Okay. All right. Second item on that guy would be parking. We talked about a minute about parking. What's everyone's opinion on the parking thing? If you, we set a fee, a permit fee, and we have to apply some type of a penalty if you don't get a permit when you're out there trying to park cars. What's any insight on that? I'm thinking a permit fee of $50 to park cars in your yard. I mean, some of these yards, I mean, I guess you gotta base it on the size of the yard, too. I think, and then we gotta do some restrictions on that. This is a plus for the event. If we do the permit fee for parking, for you to get your permit, you have to have your yard clean and free of all debris and mowed. So there's places people can safely come in and go on your property. That's two things there. That's, keeps the place, kind of cleans up some stuff, because some people wanna make that, some people don't wanna make that money on that parking, enough to clean up the yard. And we're not gonna have to do anything about it, except for, okay, pay you $50 and lose your permit, and, you know, your place is clean enough, and you can make it operate. I see the benefit of that, for that reason. So we gotta get two things out of one there. Okay, all right, so it's $50 permit fee for parking. Okay, so the residents have to get that permit prior, say, a month prior to the event. They can come in last minute and get it as long as they've got the place ready.
No, we just have to be able to go and check it. Somebody has to check
Yes.
it to make sure.
Yes. Okay, awesome. So everybody good with that?
So Megan, I'm sorry.
It's a permit fee for the residents, $50, for them to park cars in the yard for the event. And that, there is, the qualifications are, is your yard has to be clean and mowed, so it's safe for people to get out and walk around, and to come and go. And that, okay, so we have to apply a penalty to someone that doesn't, that just jumps out there and says, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Well, it's gotta be higher, don't they?
It's gotta be $150 as a penalty. There you go, I like it.
And just the part about, the time frame for applying, so that's what we're.
The time frame is, they can do it as early as they want to.
Is there a cutoff? I guess?
Yep, is the cutoff, well, the cutoff date will be the day prior to the event, because we don't have time to do it then. We're gonna all be busy.
Yeah.
We're gonna all be up there doing stuff. All right,
Okay, so what did we decide about renting our?
there's the next step. There's the next step. All right, so what's the insight on the building? I mean, we've had several inquiries about it, but there's never been anything established for the town to put the place out. It's always, now it's actually opened it up enough that people can come in and have an event. You don't have to be so concerned about everything in here, that, you know, as far as being in the way, or there's room to work and do. There's somewhat of a kitchenette, there is a bathroom. Obviously, the office will be locked for the event. Is everybody okay with that, looking in that, put the option out there?
I am.
The town hall will be rented out for local events? All right, let's put a fee on it, so that the residents pay $25.
Maybe also put curtains up,
Yeah, I would.
so they can't see inside there. I think that'd be a good idea.
Is there a maximum capacity?
You should have one for building.
I
I
don't
believe
know
there's
if
a
there is
fire
one.
code, so that
I
There
think-
should be a maximum capacity. I'm wondering what it
Let's
is.
put,
It should actually be posted inside or outside
yeah.
for,
do
It
a
is.
fire
Let's see,
code or
1, 2,
something.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we've got 12, 36, 40 people? I don't know what the legal.
no, it'd be more than that.
I think the fire department, is the fire department that decides that, or there's some kind
Yes.
of formula for a building?
Okay.
I can probably get in touch
There
with
you
the fire
go.
marshal.
Okay, there you go.
Just to be on the safe side. So you
Yeah,
know.
I think I can get in touch with the fire marshal about that.
Okay, so is it $25 for local residents, a fair fee
I think that's fair.
For what?
for the
For
rental?
locals, for people
For the
that,
Oh,
local-
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then $100 for someone outside of town. From
and
outside.
that's per day, right?
That's a per event, that's an hourly deal.
I got you.
And that would be I would say a 3-hour, that's a 3-hour thing. How's that?
And they are required to clean up
Oh,
afterwards.
yeah.
Right, we'll have the forms, yeah.
There'll be a deposit.
Have a deposit.
You have to put a deposit down,
I say $50.
$50
Yeah.
deposit.
Yep.
Locals is a $50 deposit, outsiders is a $200 deposit. And because you know, locals are gonna be more apt to, I live here, I'm gonna keep it up.
Our locals.
And they get the money back.
Right, or Levy County.
Of Otter Creek. And then the 25 for residents, what do we think? I think I said $100, but that's probably,
$100
is that fair enough outside events? Okay, and that's a 3-hour deal, and there's additional fee per hour after that for anything goes over. I don't know what that would be, $25 an hour?
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
My baby shower ain't real less.
No, I'm just saying that, because, you know, anything that goes over, the maintenance guys will have to be here, somebody's gonna have to be here. And we gotta make special arrangements, because if something happens on different dates that certain people aren't available, we're gonna have to make other arrangements for that. Someone's gotta open and lock, and we gotta check the building after they're done, and, you know, if someone's gonna have to give them their deposit back, which of course they're gonna want, I guess, you know, the office person wouldn't have to be here, they can just lock up and get their funds the next business day.
They could deposit a cleaning fee, and if they don't clean up, and they don't get their deposit back.
Yeah, well, I agree with the deposit not getting back if they don't clean up. I just don't want to encourage them to think, well, we're just gonna clean up whatever they leave. That was gonna be acceptable, because they would lose their privileges if they left a mess. They would lose their privileges to rent it again.
No.
That would be fair. I mean, if we have to clean up, force behind them. Okay? All right.
Well, maybe when they're getting ready to leave after they've cleaned up, they have all of our numbers. They call one of us
One of us comes out and
to
checks
come
it.
up and check it. That way,
Yeah, that's fine.
You know.
It definitely has, that's what I was meaning by a maintenance person or someone else instead of. They
yeah,
have to come lock up after they leave. And, you know, everything's cleaned up and it's checked off, people come see you Monday morning or Tuesday morning and get your deposit back. Or it can be mailed back to you, however. That will be something that they'll prearrange when they put the deposit down.
absolutely.
Okay? All right? All right, cool deal.
And we can advertise it on the Otter Creek website.
All right, so I think we have a format for, all right, let's call it, so we gotta give it a title. All right, what do you want? I'm thinking public events, parking, and, festivals, public events, and parking. Yes.
Are we gonna have porta potties at the festivals?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we have to have bathrooms. We have to have bathrooms. This is where that's where the expenses are gonna come in, because on that,
Porta
I
potties,
will,
trash cans, you're gonna need all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna need, suggest that maybe when people pay their permit for the parking sign, that you provide them with a sign to place outside of where they're parking, saying that they are authorized by you guys to park,
yes.
so that they're the only ones that have that sign, so if there is somebody else parking, they wouldn't have the sign.
They'll get
Okay,
some kind of
so,
slip they
so,
can
all right,
attach to.
all right, so
Yeah.
the permit fee just went up $5 to pay for the sign. But the sign is very valid, that is a very valid thing.
The cost to park each car, you said something about a max or a minimum amount.
We would
per
set,
car.
I said $5 a car, but, you know, most places are charging 10.
I won't park anywhere that
I
has,
won't either.
Yeah, most people would get perturbed by
I would
that.
walk.
yeah,
Yeah.
I won't.
Park,
And me,
I
I'll
don't-
pay. I'll
See,
pay.
I'll do the walking, I don't care. Well, in reason, I
I
don't
mean,
care how
within
far I
reason,
have to
a
walk.
$5 fee isn't that bad, but a
Right.
$10 fee, especially
Right.
in the beginning, that seems like much.
Well,
If it
uh,
becomes a huge festival, then $10 is probably worth it.
and people are paying that fee, they're there for 2 hours and they're gone.
Right.
You
They're-
you
they're
go
in
to
a spot on the
Macintosh, it's 10. If you go to Micanopy, it's 7.
Right.
If you go to Cedar Key, it's 20.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've seen it
It
anywhere
depends on
from
where you go.
$5 to $10 to $25, depending on the parking
I
spots.
got a question back here.
The only problem I see in that is you're gonna have residents that wanna let people park in their yard. Are they gonna make enough money to pay that fee?
Right.
Now,
Do
if
they
it's,
have enough room?
if it's
they don't,
you,
they're
if
gonna have
your,
to
if
close
your
off
yard,
their
if your
yard.
yard's full of cars, then you should have gotten a permit. If you got relatives that come over and you got 3 or 4 extra cars in your yard, okay, that would be outside the perimeters of the permit. But a yard full of cars would require a permit.
And for those who don't get a permit and have yard outside of their, you know, they got a spot where somebody can park outside their yard, don't they have
Yeah, we'll have to put some stakes and put some ribbon across the front of it or something.
Isn't everyone just gonna park in the median in front of the church for free?
Well, most of that median is city property, so the city gets to charge $5.
You
So
got a
you're
big
gonna have-
spot right here, so.
You're gonna have volunteers doing parking and everything?
You're gonna have to get enough volunteers for everything. I mean, it's a full volunteer staff, just like our town hall business here.
So you're talking about the big open grass area?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right from the church.
Why wouldn't you use that for the vendors? So nobody parks there?
Because all the streets that connect to the whole, all the town has to be, not everyone has to route out of town this way. Now, this way, none of the town is interrupted on that one street.
I thought there was two roads.
There is,
You can
But
close
you
off
got-
one.
but they still got to cross out of the street this way, and they got to cross out of that street this way. And all that traffic there and for the church would maintain there, but all this traffic over here would have to go out this way now. So the whole core of town would be shut off. That one strip doesn't block anyone. That's the only one we've got that does it, other than going out toward 19 here off of the gravel road there. Was it 6? You know this very well.
Yeah, I know it.
The flag road,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I'm hoping since BOCC just bought that property and they're putting, like, they're
Yes.
gonna be building on it, they've already got the helipad down.
I saw that.
I think they're still waiting for it to be painted, but, I'm hoping and praying that they're gonna pave that road again.
And then these-
Okay, so we got this hammered out, we got a date hammered out, we got the details for a resolution. If you have a suggestion in the next week or so on this resolution, want to submit it to Belinda, get it to her, and then, we'll, have it ready for the next meeting.
Just one clarification. So is it the intention that this be used for just this October 26th festival or beyond that? I guess I would just be hesitant to set fees, too
No,
far.
these
ahead
fees
down the
are
road.
only for this year.
Right, okay.
These fees
So-
are only for this year, and,
So 24, 25.
right.
Well, I would also, because we're gonna be new at doing this, who's to say that we're gonna have a lot of vendors? You know, so to just do those prices for 1 year is a little, to attract more people. If we didn't get many this year, then maybe we can get them when we have another festival.
Right, and hopefully next year, well, I mean, we're coming the week after theirs, we're gonna get a lot of activity from their stuff, promotion out there, we're gonna get some advertisement out there going on, which, we don't know. I know I plan on going to a lot of places and hitting up vendors, and I guess we're gonna get some cards made or something about the town festival, and we start going out and giving out different vendors at different places, and hopefully we get enough participation to make it so that we do have to look at a bigger spot next year, on it.
And not two of the same kind of vendor,
Pardon me?
and not two of the same kind of vendor, like food vendor.
Yeah, the food vendors is craft, this is not really a crafts one, this is a fall festival. There you go, we got to come up with a name.
Yep.
We have a name for the festival. I like the railroad, because that's the old railroad line.
Yeah.
The railroad festival, there's a lot of groups out there that support the railroad activities, that we can tag into one of them, they might start promoting it for us out there as well. So, a railroad festival, it's,
God knows that railroad has so much history behind it.
yeah, it does.
It's rich history.
1863 when it came through here. And, it was, established in Cedar Key in 64. But it took me almost 6 months to track down that date that it came through here, because there was no history written in Otter Creek at that time on it. Till I looked up Cedar Key, I looked up Cedar Key, because that's where it has to go. You had to go here first. We got there, and then it listed their stuff, and it told all about the process of coming through here, and how it was set up here, and this was their work camp out of it for the longest time, when they were building all the way out to Cedar Key. And, so it was there, and then there was, when the road intersected right here, you had the north and south band right there on the other side of 19, And this one intersect east and west. There was 7 different presidents that come here on the back of a railroad car and give speeches in this town for presidential elections. I don't know which presidents, but
I knew of a few of them that came, but I cannot remember who it was.
it'd be nice if it was one of the real popular ones.
There have been some.
Yeah, so so there is some history here. It's got a lot of it.
Like, at one point, I know this town had 1,000 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's a railroad festival, in Water Creek,
My son
first annual.
dig in the backyard, and I've got railroad ties in a fish tank.
All right, we had a lot of time on it, let's move on here. We did, on the departmental stuff, we got, I had asked Laura to step in on public safety because her background and her familiarity with all the people, and she said so she would be glad to do it, and she has participated in meetings. And
Yeah, did John McDonald send you that presentation by chance?
No.
I'll call him. I attended a meeting for the hurricane kickoff, and, they do a presentation every year for it. I asked him to send it to Belinda, but, we'll make a printout so people can get it. Of course, some things will be edited out of that printout because of phone numbers and such, but, just a little preparedness for some of the stuff. So,
All right. And then, so it gives, and that was another reason why she's got such a direct contact with these people, to get that number on account for the people for the building. Okay, that's public safety. Was there anything else you got on public safety? Belinda, on administration?
We're running along with our, new program. We'll start, onboarding training, starting Wednesday. And then we'll, hopefully by the end of the, in 2 weeks, we'll be able to go live. So you guys will soon have your option to pay your bill online. Now, keep in mind, they're only going to upload 1 year of your history, so I'm going to print all of your history. So, because I have to have it anyway, so if you need anything on your account past this 1 year, you'll just need to get with me and you can get a copy of it. I got that, and we got the draft copy of our 22-23 audit from Howland Jones. It looks really good. They're going to come in next month and present it to the board, and then we will be able to file with the state by the end of the month. So we will get to file for the first time way.
Early.
It'll be on time. So, that's all it's just going steady.
Maintenance, Richard, you got anything to put in on maintenance? No. Well, keeping up with you. I will tell you, Richard he is a true sport, man, about working and doing and going at it in the heat and whatnot and everything else. He really puts a full effort at it. All right, water. This is another area that Richard's been in. The water filter system is 90% installed. We had a couple issues with some electrical tax things we got to change that we weren't prepared for, but I've already got arrangements for that to happen. It's just basically just costing us a little time more than anything else. Well, I don't want to get into a lot of the past and stuff, but there was a lot of things that was done in there that was done for these new motors that we just got to change over a lot of the electronic components in there. I'm going to leave that on. I don't want to go there. We got to change out some electronic components, which they're there. We just got to reposition them. So it's
in
just
the newer building?
no.
In
the old building.
Okay.
Okay, the old building. All the new, that's all good. This is the new filters are going in over here with the aluminum phosphate pieces there. He's having some issues with aluminum phosphate filters on the getting them to go automatic. versus having to stand it by hand and change it over and do it.
Mhm.
You know, that's not really acceptable for us. We need this thing to be fully automated
Yeah.
so that it'll run around the clock, and we just keep an eye on it, make sure it stays in line. So, and that's what we're going to. So the components are there. We just got to change some of them around, get them rearranged, and we're having to change some of the backflow positions of the stuff that's there because of the because that's going to automate it as well, instead of having to stand there for 3 hours. Richard stand there for 3 hours and do the backwash of these things. You know, that's, you know, don't get me wrong, Richard has done it and been right there through doing it, but, you know, Richard gives a lot of his time. I'm sure that he's very generous to the town on the time that he spends
Speaking
doing it.
of water, the hydrant across the street from my house, to my knowledge, it's still not up and working.
Yeah, Richard let me know we're working on getting that, checking into getting that replaced.
I think they're expensive.
That they are.
I think they're very expensive. Maybe we can go to DOT and pick up some of the ones they've taken up somewhere. And get them replaced.
That might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I bet the county's probably got several that
Maybe.
maybe changed out. Okay.
I don't know anything about them, so don't look at me.
I'm just asking, are you want to be the one to go ask, or you want me to go ask?
I can go to Chief on Fire and ask
Okay,
about that.
all right, let's start with there. We'll start with there. If we do that one, I do believe the one that's outside over here has got an issue, but it's not by a house, but there's, so we can locate two of them, that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, so that's all the departments. We got some announcements to do. Well, you want to do the announcements?
The children's cable is still coming every other Friday at 1 o'clock. The next time they come is going to be on Friday the 21st, and then it'll also be on the website. If you guys want to look there. Normally we put sign up for email water bills, but because of the new system that's coming in, you guys will soon have your chance to, if you go online and pay, you're still gonna get a bill. You can still have it emailed to you. Once you set up your account, it'll be how you want to receive it. The Waukesasa water and wastewater meetings are gonna be held, well, it was held, we have one tomorrow, and then we have one here in July. You guys are more than welcome to come and sit, it's open to the public. And, those are all our public announcements right now.
Okay. Anybody on the council got something?
I'm gonna jump back to the festival stuff real quick. We need to make a Facebook page. Because that is gonna be our absolute biggest word of mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, social media, whether
Who knows how to do
Facebook.
Facebook?
Therese tried to do Facebook for the town of Otter Creek, but somebody already has it.
Oh,
There
This
was
is
an
there
issue.
are other Otter Creeks. You could do Otter Creek, Florida, and that would change it.
I'll get with her and find out what because I know she tried several ways to get it.
Yeah, we can
And
do
some,
Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter, I have it.
And add
Miss
that to
Laura.
the page.
Yes, I would, please, good on any social media.
Electronic age. Just left all us old guys out.
Like, I just started, but then I kind of like sit back and go, once a month, once a blue moon, maybe update it. That's how my Facebooker would go.
All right. Okay, so that's something we need to definitely work on.
Yeah.
Anybody else got anything before we turn it over to the council? All right. It's time for public participation. Does anyone have any comments they would like to put out? Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple of things that I've been writing down, and also about the festival.
Just a second,
Okay.
before you start. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you going to consider maybe having any musicians in?
Yes,
So they can,
little stations for live music,
yeah,
be awesome.
okay.
And I think people that come to play music, wouldn't have to do a booth necessarily, there'll just be some little spots for them just in little corners, little areas.
I know a few people I can talk to about that too.
Yeah, I think music would be fun. Also, speaking of the website, would it be possible to add maybe a volunteer sheet where people can sign up to volunteer? And with that as well, you were talking about the hurricane preparedness information, maybe add that to the website as
We
well.
are.
So that they can get that information easily, from your phones or whatever. And also any rental requests to rent this building out on the website.
Yeah, that's coming up.
So that they can just easily,
And
rent
this,
whatever.
Right.
and the festival's gonna be
For the
we'll
festival.
post it on the website as soon as we get it full blown, right?
Mhm.
We're close to that, aren't we?
Yes.
That's all.
That's it. Anyone else?
As I said, I'll be more than happy to, I'll speak with Miss Belinda to help out with any type of coordinating the event. As I said, I have 20+ years in hosting events from people up to 100,000 people onto small events in Gilchrist County, had 3,000-4,000 people. But as far as all the planning, coordinating, dealing, and talking to people, I'll be more than happy to work with the city a lot and possibly even bring a motorcycle stunt show to the festival for free of charge as well. So
That'd be cool.
I'll speak with her. And again, I've had a lot of experience with festivals all around the world, so I think I could bring a little bit of help to it that more people know about it, the better it'd be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, that's it, then let's adjourn the meeting.
We adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I can tell you what.
All right, everybody's hold on a minute. Okay. Woo! How about it? Normal town meeting. It's kind of cool, isn't it?
That was fun.
Yeah,
That was
normal
fun.
town meeting.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Well, it's good. We had a pretty good amount of people out there.
Yep.
We got 5,500 people watching right now.
They can see me.
Oh, Yana can see you.
I don't have the sound up, so I don't know if you can hear me, but I can see me.
All right.
It's windy.
Yeah, no, I'm trying
Probably can't hear it. It's probably low.
I'm trying to put this. I'm gonna turn this mic off.
I'm trying to watch this.
Now I got this mic where it's not as fuzzy. Anyway, once again, I want to say thanks to everybody for jumping on, hanging out, and all that good stuff. We'll see what's going on. How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm Travis.
Rex.
Rex?
Rex.
Nice to meet you, Rex.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Well, everybody. It's looking like the rain's coming.
Yeah.
All right.
It's definitely windy.
So, all the people out there, the Otter Creek Town Meeting is now over, and that's it. So, hope you enjoyed it. I want to say thanks to everybody for the super chats. Thanks everybody for hanging out and just being a part of the channel as always. And we'll just kind of pan around and watch the rest of this as it goes on.
8 years, 9 years since I was I know I worked.
Oops. Trying to read the comments. All right. So, yeah.
I actually live out south of
All right. Well, hopefully everybody enjoyed the live. Hope you're smiling. Hopefully you can see that there's really no more drama going on. So maybe this town can get back to doing good things, and hopefully I'll be able to help them out and do some things with them, and we can kind of flip the whole script, right? You know what I mean? Turn this town into a thriving, good place that people to come. So I'm pretty excited about helping out with the festival. To be honest with you, it's gonna be pretty cool. So I want to say everybody, thanks a lot for jumping on live. It's time for me to get home and hang out with Julia. So thank you all. Appreciate all the super chats and fee or memberships got donated and that stuff. There's Jeremy. There's my baby. That's right, baby. Hey, baby. But yeah, appreciate Jeremy hanging out in the chat. But again, as you guys all seen, it's going to become a normal town meeting, which is awesome. I'm excited to be a part of the town and the festival, to be able to help volunteer and give my knowledge to some of the council members, and hopefully we have a great event. So get ready for everybody out there on this festival or on this thing. Get ready for the Railroad Festival of Otter Creek. It's going to be coming. I will be there. You're getting blown over. Ah, I caught you. I'll be there. You never know who else is going to be there. It's going to be, wow, look at all this wind. It's crazy. Oh, reconnecting. I lost you. But with all that said, once again, everybody, we appreciate you. And yep, get ready for the festival. You might see Willis come out of retirement and jump his dirt bike again. What do you think about that? That'd be cool, huh? All right. We'll let you guys say bye to Deanna and George before we close them off.
Somebody got shot.
Tell them bye.
over the holiday weekend.
Say bye, everybody. Tell them bye.
Bye.
So, oh no, they're telling me bye.
Baby.
Babe, bye, baby. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging out, and I'm gonna go over to town, check it out, do a few housekeeping things, and get back to the house and hang out with Julie. So, with that said, we're gonna walk over here. Thanks to Madam Mayor and Brett for hanging out in the chat. Hope you got. Oh, I need to. I'll text you later. But hope you guys all enjoyed my live. Look, it's still 5,000 people. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go subscribe to What You Doing Willis and Tubetown. Look, you're getting blown over again. Caught you. So 5,000 people on there. Again, I appreciate you all, and I know you all wanting to watch the saga, and the saga is now turned into good times because the Otter Creek Railroad Festival coming soon. Look, I'm even gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna donate my sound system and my time, and I'm gonna host it. I'll host it, baby. Oh man. So put this up back up here. Can't hear the wind. I did get it. So all right, everybody, say bye by saying #baby. That's what you gotta do right now. Say #baby, and that way we can say bye to everybody. #baby. Keep on streaming. They say keep on streaming. Well, I mean, I should. I got 5,000 people on here, right? There it is. #baby. All right, you all. Good night. And I love you all. I better get out of here because I'm gonna look getting blown over again. Gotcha. All right, I gotta go. We'll see you. I forgot to end this thing. We'll see you, baby.